What's up, everybody? Welcome to my first ever playthrough of Last Epoch. Is this the last ARPG you'll ever need? I doubt it, but it's pretty good. So this comes to full release February 21st. So I figured I'd give it a check out while it's in early access. And of course, we're gonna start off with an Acolyte because we've got Necromancer, and Necromancer means minions. So let's get this thing started, shall we? I'm super excited for this. This is what everyone's touting as the best middle ground you can get between Diablo and POE. So we're definitely gonna see if that's true.
I am the Acolyte. I was raised in the city of Wellrin amongst countless books and countless fools. My master was a kind man, but he was as useless as the others. My ambitions took me elsewhere, to the arts forbidden by the elders of the city. I was found out and exiled. They feared my power. I've learned so much in my travels since, but word has come that Wellrin has been conquered. I would like to see this with my own eyes.
Yes, let's see this with our own eyes. Oh, looks like we start off with, magical clothes that just turn on. Interesting. We got a stick with a ball in it? That's useless. Alright, so why is this the middle ground? This is the middle ground because it's not super expensive like Diablo 4. It's not free to play like POE. It doesn't lack end-game content, but it also doesn't require a spreadsheet for you to figure out how to build something. You don't need any excessive, overly detailed guides on how to craft. And you definitely don't need to waste your money with Blizzard, so that's why it's the middle ground. I've seen a couple of interviews people have done with the devs, and they seem like really cool guys. Looks like they actually play the game a lot like GGG guys in PoE, which is kind of awesome. Unlike the guys at Blizzard who don't seem to understand what people don't really care for in that game.
Forced our hand. He wishes to destroy us and steal Eterra's legacy. We can't let that happen. We need Herot's help. Your help.
So, I like minion builds. My first character ever in the Diablo series were raised minions. Oh, those were the Necromancers. Was it Necromancer in Diablo 2? Yeah, it's been a long time. And I definitely played one in PoE, and now we're doing one here. I just think it's the way to go with ARPGs. You gotta have minions, right? It's gotta be your first build. Highly recommend. Ton of fun. Makes you feel like you got friends, you got people hanging around. I think it's got why people do like Primalist or Druid builds, because they can like have animals or be an animal. I don't know. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. So you can see this is probably 30 minutes into the gameplay, and I've already got a full set of skills. We don't stay with those skills, but that's what we have so far. I don't know what level I'm at right now. 5 or 6 maybe. Maybe we'll get a little ding here. This is my second time trying to record this. I just talked through this entire 17.5-minute video, unscripted of course as always, and I did not hit the record button. My mic was flashing, but my editing software was not. Alright, so here's a passive tree. This is for Acolyte, so that's your main class, and then you've got 3 master classes here. We're going with Necromancer. There's also Lich, which looks very cool. You actually get to float around like a big old Lich. And then Warlock, If I'm not mistaken, Warlock is not going to unlock until full release of the game. Like I said, February 21st. So as you go through the levels, you can see where different abilities unlock. Yep, Hungry Souls, that's a pretty cool one. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Oh, and here's the skills and specializations, and this is a skill tree, so every few levels you unlock another skill, and then you can specialize those skills kind of however you want. So lots of room here. You can respec. It's pretty forgiving, but just know that, and I didn't understand this when I did it, that when you respec, you don't get to immediately use that point again like in POE. You actually have to build back up to it. But when you do respec, there's like a minimum level to get your skill to. So if you have, like, say you got 3 skills and you unlock that 4th one, you like automatically get 7 points for that 4th skill. And if you respec, then and your other skills are like level 15. I forget what the minimum skill level is, but it'll basically give you your skill points faster to catch up to those other skills when you do the respec, so you're not waiting too terribly long on points to get that skill specialization back up to snuff. I didn't understand that at first. I think you're gonna see that. See, I took a point out and it's not usable, but in a couple playthroughs it went right back up. Sorry if I'm not speaking correctly, it's late. Started this later than I wanted to. But as you can see, the cinch notes and stuff are voice acted.
Munitions and the strength of my pet, we managed to crack one open, only to find empty halls and vacant chambers. What would be the purpose of such a stronghold if it were to house nothing? Yet I could tell they were here, just as I predicted. They were guarding something of immense importance, something powerful. Raya will be pleased.
So the voice acting is pretty decent, but it's only in like key points of the story, so these singed notes are kind of like lower in the game. And then main characters like this, about this guy here, also have voice acting.
The drink! Tread carefully.
Alright, so this is our first little boss we're going after. I use those potions. Don't have a whole lot of regen yet. Yeah, but minions make quick work.
Look here, it isn't safe. We'll reconvene outside.
Those shards are used for crafting.
But let me first check and make sure the epoch's safe.
You guys gotta take them away.
But let me first check and make sure the epoch. Who do the keepers adhere to? Our slumbering mother, Terra, alone, a goddess they cannot see. They sent no treasure to sea for Lagon, nor works of art south to Majasa. Were they in league with Heorot's savages? No. Their alliance seems to be a recent development. How can they claim a greater connection to Terra than us? We're the servants of Raya, the inheritor of her...
Yeah, so that shrine you saw earlier, that's like I think they're called shrines in POE. They give you buffs, mana generation, cast speed, attack speed, melee damage, critical chance. I think there's one with like 300% increased experience, and they're all on a timer. As you see, not all NPCs are voice acted. Not a AAA title, wouldn't expect that, but maybe further in development they'll start adding that stuff. Who knows? I don't think it's really necessary. They don't really say anything of importance. The main NPCs are the ones that talk. You're paying attention to the story. If you like that kind of thing, so yeah, I'm gonna play it and try not to talk over it. You got portals. You should see a lot of crossover between this and Diablo and POE, and all these games influence each other.
Where's Balthus? What? What happened? That must be Orion. If he captured Balthus, he's in danger. An Osprey's general. He's the one leading the hunt for us. What happened to the artifacts Balthus was protecting? That must be what they were after. We have to save Balthus. Get him and the Epoch back. Their camp is not far. I'll have to organize a group. Go after him. Are you sure? I could gather soldiers. Have them come with you. You'll walk into an entire army of Osprey's. Stay safe. Stay alive. And bring Balthus back.
Alright, so what you're going to see here is me die a couple of times. And what I kind of want to talk about here is that part of Last Epoch's wonderful balance is that if you die, you don't get penalized for it. You just go back to basically a checkpoint and start over from there. These are exiled mages. I'm not sure. Oh, their class, they're like a mini boss. I don't know if they're like unique type enemies. Pretty tanky. They do a good amount of damage. They're mages, so they do all kinds of elemental damage. But yeah, what you get out of them is some decent loot and more experience than other creatures and mobs. So I open them up and kill them because they help level you up. But it's important to pay attention to attacks in this game, so everything is pretty easy to see. They're pretty well telegraphed. There's no like surprises. There's no exploding bodies you can't see on a dark map that kill you instantly. Yeah, it's your fault if you die. It's not there's no game mechanics here that you're gonna miss on that are like, oh, why did I die? And then every time you get death, it'll tell you like what type of damage killed you, which I think is really cool. It'll say like physical damage, cold damage, fire damage, or a combination thereof, which I think is pretty cool.
You're here for the Epoch.
Sure am.
Reaching me was impressive, but it's mine. Come, Member Wing.
Yeah, so it's like the first like big section of the campaign. It's like your first like real boss. Just gotta watch out for the flames, and then sort of just get him in the corner, and he goes down pretty easily. Yeah, see, it's very well telegraphed. You just have to pay attention. But yeah, if I said before, game's a lot of fun. Lots of options, very forgiving to respec. Meets that middle ground as far as like cost and like time invested into it, and like sort of gameplay. Obviously it's not been around for 10 years, so it doesn't have all the content that PoE does, but it certainly has more than Diablo. The graphics, they're decent. I've heard the devs talking about the 1.0 release, and that the graphics will look quite a bit better. So we'll see. Like I said, February 21st. Highly recommend check this one out. I'm gonna be playing all the 5 classes. I don't know what masteries I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna make a video of all the like main classes, and then maybe later on as the game goes on, we'll do all the other master classes. Oops, a little skip there. I think I clicked out of it.
The shards of the Epoch are safe. I was worried for a moment. The Epoch? Oh, it's Eterra's most sacred artifact, holding great power. The power to travel through time. If Raya were to get his talons on it, he would surely win the war. More than that, he'd be untouchable. Now, I find a new course of action. Take the Epoch somewhere Raya can't reach. Which, speaking of, let's head back to camp. I must reach Lena at once.
Spoiler, he's gonna disappear again on us.
Oh, Terra. I will be there. The shards of the Epoch are safe.
Alright, so he didn't catch that. This game is traveling through time.
Prey in this area upset a drake's stomach. Bolroth in particular. Could I would simply feed him soldiers that question our bond.
That's right.
I admit, I have a bias for the creature. He's strong and more reliable than half those under my command. Plus, we have both been marred by flames. While my wounds showed me the path to the Epoch, his granted ascendance. Emberwing was raised from his draconic form, reforged in Raya's image. I may not be able to take flight, but with Emberwing's aid, I can once again feel the wind. Oh, how I've missed the limitless blue.
Alright guys, well that's gonna be a wrap. I recommend you check that out. Thanks for watching, and there's definitely more coming for Last Epoch.